Hi, and welcome to the Real Bionic Lady, the Black One. We're on part 2 of dating in New York and after 40 years old. I am in my mid-40s, and so I am somewhat of an authority on this topic. I've written a blog called Love Languages, where I've talked about things like, dating and community. Let's just put it that way. So one of the things, and first of all, my name is Xiomara, spelled X as in X-ray, I-O-M as in Mary, A-R-A. And my blog, one of my blogs is called Why Black Women Hate Black Men Who Date White Women. And I know that's a little meaty, and I know that sounds a little offensive. What is it, Maria? That is very disrespectful. You don't need to talk it like that, because love is love. That's what you need to know. That you don't need to make one difference for people that has love. I'm not making a difference, Maria. I'm saying we're not with, you didn't let me finish my sentence. Mommy, you need to tell the people that it's no different. You need to tell them that. Jesus says love is love. That's what Jesus said to us. Okay, and I agree. Jesus does say that, okay? But again, I want you to let me finish, and then I'll get into all that, okay? All right. Bye, Maria. Anyway, so we want to be a community. There was a time where we were a cohesive community, and we were working as a family unit pretty well. As a matter of fact, just before the 70s, and I want to say just before we arrived, okay, where we went, and after some point when we arrived, the family split off, and so now our white counterparts started getting married more than we were, and we were at one point married more than our white counterparts. And so family began to split, and I want to say that was not just among black people, but especially among black people. We weren't cohesive like we used to be. And so there's another dynamic that goes along with this, and that is that there's a language that and I'll say we as Northerners are known for, and we Northern women are known for. I talked earlier in the video about Southern men versus Northern men, and the mentality that goes there. Now let me now dissect and clarify that, you know, there is a mentality that goes along with Northern and New York women that is very different from everyone. And that we are very aggressive people. We're type A, usually personalities, that we don't take a lot of mess, and we're very strong and aggressive. I was going to say bullies, but I don't want to say bullies. We're not bullies. We're not bullies. And so that stereotype of that mentality has been cast on all black women, when that is a stereotype that is, you know, that could be micromanaged or microassigned to, you know, an area like as small as New York City, because even out on the outskirts, you know, on places like Long Island and, you know, surrounding areas, upstate and such, that's not the case. But certainly New York City women, it's a different mentality, and I'll just say that. I live in the city, and this is about dating in the city, so I'm going to stick to that. I want to stick there, okay? And so one of the things that we need to know is that the love language does split down the road when it comes to a lot of things that are culturally true of us. You know, some of the reasons why black men say that they won't date us has to do with things involving our hair, that we won't wear our own hair, that they can't even say as an excuse anymore. 2017, like everybody's wearing their natural joint, you know. So like, come on, you can't. That's you. You gotta come up with another one. Come up with another one. Let's see. We still have that aggressive thing, and even then, like I said, you know, like I know that I definitely have a type A strong personality that, you know, it's not for everybody. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, therefore, but I know how to temper it. And I'm not selling myself here. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get somebody to date me here or whatever, but I'm just saying that, you know, even then, if you find a woman that has that kind of personality, you know, you find somebody that you can, if you like her enough, that you can work through the muddy water. You know what I mean? Because every communication has its mud. You know, some people, some women, you know, they like passive men. Some people, you know, it just depends on what you're attracted to. So when we talk about communication, it's very important to know that it doesn't matter where you are in your walk with your dating, your partner or whatever. If you don't say what's on your mind, you have no place to go. You know, so saying things like, I would rather you not wear your hairnet to bed tonight. I would like to touch your hair. Or saying something like, you know, I prefer when you don't use deodorant, maybe try baking soda. It's too strong for me. Or whatever the case is. You know, that's a part of love language that's fair. You know what I mean? Now, when we talk about things like, you know, respect, for example, most men are not going to take well to a woman talking crazy to him in the street. You know, that's just an absolute no-no. You know, you just don't do that. Okay, and if you do, shame on you. Wait till you get home. That is the ultimate, like, disrespect. You know, and I'm not coming down on us as black women. Each one teach one. You know, there's going to be some things that you're going to be able to teach me that I just may not know. You know what I mean? So don't take it offensively or defensively. It's just we trying to establish community, a sense of community, a sense of love, right? We're trying to cultivate that for ourselves so that we can get our brother to just see us for who we are. So he won't have the excuses, oh, she's too ratchet. Her mouth is, she mad, get out. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is sometimes. And that's another thing, you know, being equally yoked. I've even heard, and this is so ridiculous to me, like, I want a woman who, you know, she's making the same amount of money as me. She's making more money than me. You know, she's a pastor. She's you know, she's a workout fanatic, you know, like I am. And I get the whole workout thing. Believe me when I tell you, I don't want somebody who's lazy. You know, I have standards too, believe it or not. So I want somebody who's in it with me too. But at the same time, and I know you probably say, now where do you get all this authority and you ain't even got a man? But I tell you one thing, I never met a bad man, and I never met I've never met a man with whom I've not been able to command, not demand, because there's a difference, command his respect. Okay? Command his respect. Now, that brings me to my core issue, which is two ladies, and I'll try to zip through this really fast. Two ladies I met today. One is almost approaching 60, and the other is approaching 50. The one approaching 50 had a good attitude about having just met a man, and she was feeling goofy, her words, about meeting him for a second date because she liked him that much. After the second date, she called me to let me know that she thought that he was in fact not somebody that she would go nuts about and obsessing because of whatever the reason. Second woman told me, approaching 60, I have no interest in meeting a man because it's not, I don't trust him. I've never met a man. Now see, now these are the issues that rock us as a community. If you've never known a good man, then that's not going to be a good start for any kind of relationship, okay? Because your sense of hope is not there, and that's important. Your sense of hope needs to be there because you need to know that there are good men that, number one, won't touch you inappropriately, number two, that will love you, and you know the way he will love you. He may not love you in the perfect way that you idealize in your head, but he will love you. But it's a matter of him navigating your love language and you navigating his, okay? But there is hope for you. There is brothers out there that are great. Northern brothers, Southern brothers. And likewise, black men. There are sisters out there who will, for whatever the reason, not be hopeful about, you as a brother. Maybe the circle she's traveled in has caused her not to believe in men. Maybe she doesn't know her dad. Okay, but if you're attracted to her and you think that there could be a diamond in the rough, you take the time and you take your responsibility to community, to yourself, and to God. Okay, to cultivate some kind of something with her, even if it's just a sisterhood. Okay, and show her what a good black man is. Okay, with that said, I don't have a lot of time left, so I'm going to jump right into some other juicy stuff, and we're doing good on